I haven't shown any concern for them while I'm on this earth with them. I've lived with them, worked with them, slept with them, ate with them, done everything. I've done all of these things that we do daily in our life. And then this mentioned, as the old song said, I never mentioned Jesus to them. I never talked to them about their soul salvation. I never talked to them about heaven. I never talked to them about hell. I never showed them the urgency of worship service, obeying the Lord. Do you really think it's going to bother me if I'm in heaven and they in hell? Good question. This lesson about heaven is not just talking about when we get there, it's about how we live here. When we get there, that's one thing, but how do we live here? What are our interests? What is our interest in the things of God upon this earth, by and large, will shape our being in heaven. How can you? Jesus said it like this. Brother Eugene Patterson, if you don't mind, Jesus said something like this. He said, lay not up for yourselves treasures on this earth, but lay up treasures where? Heaven. In heaven. Where neither moth, nor rust, nor corrupt, and where thieves will not be breaking in and stealing. For wherever your treasures are. Now we asked in the song, a robe, what is it? Mansion, robe, and a crown. But I want to tell you something. What are you laying up in heaven for God to be building a mansion for you? Everything you can lay on earth. You're not sending anything up to heaven for God to use to build a mansion for you. Robe, no. Crown, absolutely not. Let me tell you. Think about heaven. Heaven is where Jesus is. And I want to tell you something. Question. Matthew chapter 10, verse 28. When the question was raised, Jesus made a statement. He says, well, every hair upon your head is all numbered. Fear not them which are able to Boy, we get carried away with our surroundings in this world. Fear not them that are not able to kill but that are only able to kill the body, but can't touch your soul. Oh Lord, have mercy. See, the soul of me is that part of me that you can't see. But I want to tell you something. I am just, that part of me that you can't see is just as real, in fact, maybe more real than the part of me you can't see. You've got to realize that. You have and you are a soul. Your soul is not visible, but the invisible. It's that part of you that James talked about when the spirit departs from the body, then the body is what? Dead. But the spirit lives on. See, in me, And you hear, what you hear is me inside of me you see. And the me inside of the me you see is using the me you see motor to communicate. Using my ears and my mouth and my mind. And you get the picture? It's that part that you don't see that heaven is prepared for. God doesn't want a single soul to go to hell. God wants every one of you that are under the sound of my voice to go to heaven. He wants you. Jesus wants you to come to heaven. God wants you to come to heaven. God loved us so much that he sent his only begotten Son. And his Son came to this world, was cruelly treated, mistreated. And sometimes I heard Brother Duke said, upon a shameful cross, he died for somebody like me and you. Because God didn't want us to go to hell. But God wanted us in heaven with him. Do you really want to be where your Father is? Does that make sense? But you got to. Don't fear. Some people, if I do what's right, I'm going to lose my friend. Jesus said something like this in Luke. He said, listen, here, Mark, brother, as well as Luke, he talks about, brother, if your right eye offend you, I can't hear you. Right hand. It's better to go to heaven one eye than to hell with two eyes. Do you get the picture? Oh, brother, heaven is a place I want to go. Whatever it costs me to go to heaven, I'm willing to pay. Jesus said, Matthew 16:24-26, he said, what will you give in exchange for your soul? He said, listen, what are you profited? The one, whoever you are, sitting under the sound of my voice. Let's suppose that the whole world becomes yours. In a moment of time, you own this world. But you don't have God. What have you been profited? Let me tell you something stuck in my mind a long time ago. And that is this. Solomon first said it. You didn't bring anything to this world. And what? Paul would take up the banner and say the very same thing. You didn't bring anything here, and you are not going to take it. And if you own the world, you couldn't take it with you. Some folks, Lord, young ladies, don't give up your soul or to hold on to a mannish boy. Young men, don't give up your soul to hang on to a mannish girl. I use old folk language now. Mannish. You know what I mean about mannish. Mama talked to you. Mama couldn't right, real right. But my grandmama could talk some sense, talk sensible. And I tell you this, the young, beautiful lady sitting there, father, son, college student, no boy is worthy of something. I don't tell brother, 5 of his daughters got some pretty girls back there. No boy is worthy of something. And I won't tell you young men, that no girl worth their soul. And she or he will follow you to the grave. All that crazy crying. And before they get back to the church building or wherever they're going to eat, they forgot who you are.
Don't do
Somebody else on the phone. You know, they got these cells now. They made it convenient. Riding along in your car. Yeah? Yeah.
Everybody, John, go. I'm sorry, what you doing tonight?
Okay. Listen, brother. Heaven, you know, don't know. Verse 37 of Matthew chapter 28 says what, Robert? Verse 37, Matthew 28.
He that loveth,
He that loveth father,
mother,
mother,
more than me.
more. He didn't say don't love them, but he said don't love them. If you love your mom and your daddy and all of these earthly creatures more than you love the Lord, bye-bye heaven. I don't want to show my brother Cox taking this stuff in. The last passage in this thought, I want to look at Revelation 21 and 4. Oh, brethren, I love these. I love to talk for the Lord. I really do.
Run out of film, won't you, brother?
Yeah, that's how I really love to talk for the Lord. And Revelation 21 and 4. Break in at verse 1, Robert. Revelation 21.
And I saw a new heaven.
John, the Apostle John. And I saw a new heaven.
And a new earth.
And a new earth.
For the first heaven.
For the first heaven.
And the first
and
earth.
the first earth.
Was passed away.
Passed away. Let me tell you something. Passed away.
There was no
First heaven and earth is the earth. And out here where the birds fly. And where the stars and the moon is. That's the second heaven. All of that stuff Peter says in 2 Peter 3 will melt. Like run together like syrup. Anybody ever eaten any syrup? Run together. You ever seen molten lava? You ever seen a volcano on TV with me now? I don't ever want to be near a volcano. I do not want to be anywhere near rock melting and running like syrup. That's hot, brother Denny. But Peter said all of this stuff that we've been able to look at, look up and see. You know how we used to say, as I said last time, I like to say that twinkle, twinkle, little star, oh, I wonder where they're up above the world so blue. Like a diamond in the sky. All of that will pass away. Hallelujah.
The earth and first.
Brother, go back to Revelation.
And there was
no more sea.
I
let me tell you something. I have seen the Gulf of Mexico. I've seen what's around California? What's that out there? The Gulf? What? But that's it. I've seen the Pacific Ocean. I've seen the Gulf of Mexico. I've seen the Caribbean Sea. I've seen a number. But John said all of that. Hey, Robert.
And I, John, saw
the holy city.
New Jerusalem.
The New Jerusalem.
Come down to God.
Down to God, out of heaven.
Prepared as a
The
bride
church.
adorned for her husband.
The church came down out of heaven. Prepared as a bride dressed for her husband. And I heard a great voice say, out of heaven, saying,
Behold,
the tabernacle of God is with men. He shall dwell with them. They shall be his people. And God himself shall be with them. Stop at verse 4 now. And God
wipe away all tears from their eyes.
Won't it be wonderful when you never have to cry again? Has anybody ever hurt you so bad? Now, some of us great big he-men, you know, we won't cry in front of anybody, but we hide and cry. I'll cry in front of you when you hurt me. I want you to know you hurt me. I'm bearing the pain, emotional pain. I'm under strain. So, God said, David, no, you don't have to cry anymore. Let me dry your tears. I've seen mothers with their children and the child crying. I've seen mothers wiping the tears from the child's face. No more of that stuff. Now, let me ask you something. Does this sound am I making this thing sound like a place you want to go? I give it to say to go to heaven. No more tears. No more dying. No more cemeteries. Never have to attend a funeral ever again. No more dying.
Neither sorrow.
No, listen, I don't have no reason to be sorrowful.
Or crying.
No more crying.
Neither shall there be any more pain.
And Lord have mercy, in this body, as nice as Lakeland Regional Medical Center is, they can't get rid of all of your pain. Can't get rid of it. Got a lot of morphine, got a lot of stuff out there for pain. Right, Sister Joy? Did you hear me? That's something that's a place to want to go.
For the former thing.
Oh! David, you have had open heart surgery. You won't have to worry about that anymore. David, they tried to do it and it wouldn't work. You don't have to worry about that anymore. David, they put in a couple of machines in your chest to keep your heart beating and to start it off when it stopped. You don't have to worry about that anymore. For the former thing, will all pass. Next thing. What will our bodies be like in heaven? You ever wonder about I want to give you a passage. It's the 1 Corinthians 15. look at the 52nd, 52, and 53 verses. Paul talks there. You know what, Brother Dukes? Brothers know that Carter that got out of our line. They said, man, there ain't no such thing as a resurrection. They're arguing against resurrection. Like perhaps some of you. I don't believe there is a resurrection. I believe there is a resurrection, brother. It's something anybody who wants to can doubt, disclaim, or deny. But I still believe there's a resurrection. And Paul had them, brother, he said, brethren, if there is no resurrection, in your faith is vain. Everything you have is vain. And he says, let's eat, drink, and be merry. Since there is no resurrection, what's the point in living godly, soberly, righteously, and denying yourself? If there is no resurrection, stop denying yourself. Go ahead on. Live it up. But there is a resurrection. And Paul said in verse 52 of chapter 15, Robert.
In a moment.
In a moment.
In the twinkling of an eye.
Jackie has blinked her eyes twice since Robert said in a moment. That young lady that blinked her eyes 4 times. In a moment.
In the twinkling of an eye.
You know what? You know what Paul is saying? There's going to come a change. And it's not going to be one of these snake changes. You know how a snake splits in the back of his head and he crawls out of his outer skin. It takes a while to do that. Oh no, my change and your change and everybody's change. It's going to be in the heart. It's going to be like me, popping my face.